It's 1900. Planners of the New York City subway system discussed ways to expand the subway into the outer boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens. By this time, the Lexington Avenue and 7th Avenue lines via Broadway were still under construction to serve neighborhoods north of Manhattan and towards the Bronx. Railroad companies outside of Manhattan, in the form of streetcars, primarily serves commuters to connections to ferries that the railroads owned or transfer terminals for passengers looking to travel to places such as Long Island and the beaches of Coney Island and Brighton. The BRT was one of those companies that, in 1896, had control of over all Brooklyn rail lines dominated by competitors that ran their trains to places within the borough. Many of these lines would be constructed under different railroads, such as the BRT, whose reputation was becoming adverse after increasing fares, earning the company the name of beggars, robbers, and thieves. Within the contract of the dual system, the city and the Public Service Commission awarded the BRT the right to build the line from Whitehall Street to Times Square, south of the IRT Lexington Avenue line, which they opposed, and begun construction of the line on what was known as the Broadway-Lexington subway on July 31, 1911. BRT was responsible for establishing part of today's present B division, as they converted much of their system to heavy rail subway standards. Then in 1918, after the company's constant damnation of public relations and a horrific train wreck that claimed the lives of 90-plus people, the company went bankrupt and was reformed into the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit Company, or BMT, in 1923, operating trains until 1940 when the city claimed it and the properties of both the IRT and BMT. Present lines that run to places in Brooklyn and Queens run on pre-existing rails and elevated structures of railroads before the BRT merger in 1896 to places such as Coney Island and Brighton Beach.